Yes, good afternoon and welcome back to Live at Poolside here at Ponsford International Sports Centre for session 4 on day 2 here at the BUCS Long Course Swimming Championships 2019. We're having a fantastic day in Sheffield, and session 4 means it is time for our finals. Plenty of heats going on throughout the morning and afternoon session, and as we move into our finals at 6 p.m, that's where we will have our gold, silver and bronze medals dished out. We're starting with the women's 200 metre freestyle and the men's, then 50 metre backstroke, breaststrokes. We've got 100 metre butterflies, and the session will end with the men's and the women's 4x100 metre relays. So a packed evening session coming for you. We'll be live from 6 p.m. Until then, hang around. So the BUCS Long Course Championships 2019, part of course of the BUCS Nationals entire weekend. Plenty of sports going on, lots of athletics. Swimming here of course at Ponsford. There's judo, there's badminton, there's climbing, everything going on. Massive weekend. And it's a massive year for BUCS as well. It's the 100th year of university sport, started in 1919. Proud partners are Kukri, Outgoing, Camp America and Ashaway. You just saw the advert there for Camp America. Competitions going on, they are here all weekend. So if you are coming along, have a chat with them. They can win a free Camp America experience with a free trek around the US as well. To enter, just jog onto their website or obviously speak to them here on the day. If you visit the BUCS website, you can Google BUCS Swimming 2019. That'll send you to a page where you can see the entirety of the events, rules, timings, live timings that is, what's coming up during the event, everything you could ever wish to know about the BUCS Long Course Championship. We've got a day of sessions tomorrow as well. We start tomorrow at 9 a.m. with session 5, and then session 6 will be at 2:30. Time to be confirmed. There'll be another session of finals. So we've had the heats this morning and this afternoon. The finals now starting at 6 p.m. Same again tomorrow, 9 a.m. for the heats, 2:30 p.m. for the finals, and that will be the conclusion of the entire championship weekends here at Ponsford. Again, coming to you live, action starting at 6 p.m. So once again, welcome back to Ponds Forge. We're live at poolside here in Sheffield, the Ponds Forge International Sports Centre. This is session 4 of day 2 for the BUCS Long Course Swimming Championships, part of the BUCS Nationals weekend. Plenty of sport going on. We're going to be bringing you all the live coverage from poolside. First event to get underway shortly at 6 p.m. Pretty much on the dot will be the women's 200 metre freestyle. And again, every single race in this session is a final. We've had all the heats. We're down to the business end. So we'll have the women's 200 metre freestyle, the men's 200 metre freestyle, women's and men's backstroke 50 metres, women's and men's breaststroke 50 metres, women's and men's 100 metre butterfly, 200 metre backstroke, 50 metre freestyle, 200 metre breaststroke, and then the 400 metre freestyle team relays. Everything a final. So if you're joining us for the first time, thank you very, very much. I know on the web chat, Rion Seleman, you've been here more than I have, Rion. Very much grateful for your presence. A couple of shouts out already for our King Bloomy. Let's go, Bloomy. Feel free to leave all your messages of support on the web chat area. Of course, use the hashtag BUCS Nationals on Twitter. And in event 401, this is the women's 200 metre freestyle from the near side. We're not going to hang around. Alice Alcaraz of Aberdeen, Maj Howardson of Stirling, Madeline Crompton Bath, Monique Olivier Edinburgh, teammate Catherine Greenside Edinburgh, Maria Wattle Loughborough, teammate Candice Hall Loughborough, Philidia Britton, University Central College London, Abigail Burr Swansea, Grace Kinnell Cardiff. And they are your finalists in our first final of the evening. No less than 18 finals to bring you. Let's get underway with our first. So here we go, Edinburgh teammates Olivia and Greenslade in 3 and 4. Loughborough teammates Wattle and Hall in 5 and 6. Greenside quickest time from the heats, so 2:02.69. 2/10 slower was Marie Wattle of Loughborough. And then their respective teammates Olivier and Hall, both in the 2:04s. I think it's all the way out to 2:06s with Philidia Britton and Madeline Crompton. And the early lead is with Wattle and Hall, the Loughborough teammates. So lane 5, Marie Wattle of Loughborough. It's a pretty solid lead through the first 100 metres. So 56.88 the halfway stage, 1.78 ahead of Greenslade. Then comes Hall and Olivier, both inside 3 seconds. So again, 18 finals to bring you. We had some cracking heats early, especially in the team medley races. Really looking forward to those finals. They'll be the final races of the session. And this is a convincing swim from Wattle, 127.97. 156 ahead of Greenslade. She's led the entire race. This is for a gold medal, remember. Catherine Greenslade currently got her eye on silver. The race for bronze is hotting up. That's, of course, between their teammates Olivier and Hall. But with 10 to go, nobody's going to catch Wattle of Loughborough. Entry time again, 2:02. The time is completely irrelevant. It's just for gold, silver and bronze, and she does indeed. So a gold for Wattle of Loughborough. The silver will go to Monique Olivier of Edinburgh, so they share the spoils between Loughborough and Edinburgh. And in fact, it is Catherine Greenslade, 2:65. So the first gold of the evening for Wattle, 1:58.81. Silver there just outside the 2-minute mark to Catherine Greenslade. And then Monique Olivier, the bronze. Ignore the 2-2s. So first blood to Loughborough of the evening, currently reigning champions in the long course weekend. And just to confirm again, Wattle with the gold for Loughborough, then Edinburgh silver and bronze. We now move on to the men's equivalent, the 200 metre freestyle. So here come the men walking on. From lane 0, Aude Husana of Edinburgh. Loughborough teammates in 1 and 2, Will Foster and Tim Shuttleworth. Craig McLean of Stirling in 3. Jack McMillan of Ulster in 4. Thomas Dean of Bath in 5. Max Litchfield of Sheffield Hallam in 6. Geoffrey Chen of Bath in 7. Felix Gifford of Stirling in 8. And in 9, Martin McInnes of Strathclyde. Fastest time from the heats this morning, James McMillan of Ulster, 1:52.07. Craig McLean and Thomas Dean also under 1:53, as is Max Litchfield of Sheffield Hallam. And just 400 separating Dean and McLean. It's a 1:52.21 and a 1:52.25. So again, the final for the men's 200 metre freestyle at the BUCS Long Course Championships 2019. So a couple of shakes out already on the web chat for Foster to take the gold. With a wonky hat, I didn't spot that one. He goes in lane number 1 for Loughborough. 3 seconds behind mine on the entry time, again, of Jack McMillan of Ulster. So he's the man to chase, lanes 3 and 5 out in front at the 50 metre mark. It's McLean and McMillan. So McLean heading the pool, and Thomas Dean of Bath right in the centre in lane number 5. He leads the way. To his left and right, Max Litchfield, Jack McKillen and Craig McLean. Lead up to 0.75 of a second again. It's McLean and McKillen. Litchfield just outside the second mark. Gold, silver and bronze up for grabs. Gold currently in the hands of Thomas Dean as they turn for the second and final time. And look at the fight for silver and bronze. I say a fight for silver and bronze. Look at lane number 4, Jack McKillen. By no means done yet. We saw some incredible turnarounds over 50 metres in the heats earlier. And somebody's going to have to do something to take the gold away from Thomas Dean of Bath. The fight for silver and bronze now down to a 2-man race, with Craig McLean just starting to sit back. But Thomas Dean of Bath, he'll take the first men's gold of the evening session. The silver will go to Jack McMillan. And in 6, Max Litchfield of Sheffield Hallam will take the bronze. But good racing again in the 200 metres, 1:47.38. Over a second ahead in the end of Jack McMillan in 2. And then the third man under 150, Max Litchfield, 149.48 even, to take a bronze medal. So Thomas Dean of Bath with a gold, and Marie Wattle of Loughborough. In the women's 200 metre freestyle, we're going to move on to the backstrokes next. Women's first, then the men's. Then we'll have the 50 metre breaststroke finals. So these next 4 finals will absolutely fly by as the chaps just clear the pool. And we're going to move to the opposite end, of course, for the 50-metre start line. Entry times again from the heats into this final very, very close. 29.15 from Cassie Wild of Stirling. And just over a second out to Emma Scobie in 9, 30.42. So everything up for grabs. Who's left enough in the tank for the final? We'll be welcoming them to poolside shortly. Again, get involved on the YouTube streaming chat portal, BUCS Nationals hashtag on Twitter. We'll try and read out as many good luck messages for your family, friends and supporters as possible. And here come the women. So from this near side, from Kent in lane 0, Katie Latham. Molly Allen in 2 of Loughborough. Ulster's Danielle Hill in lane 2. Lucy Hope in 3 of Edinburgh. Stirling's Cassie Wild in 4. Jessica Shaw, Birmingham in 5. Emily Klein, Roughborough in 6. Lottie Upan of Stirling in 7. Anna Main, Edinburgh in 8. And in 9, Emma Scobie of Strathclyde. Again, barely more than half a second separating the entire field. So the women's 50-metre backstroke final. These next 4 races will be completed in under 30 seconds. We're away. The first of 4 50-metre finals, pretty dead heat across the board. Lane number 7, maybe with the best start, Lotta O'Payne of Stirling. Also lane 6, Emily Crane of Loughborough. It's those 2 out in front at the halfway mark. I want to say out in front, it is absolutely marginal. Lane 4, Cassie Wild, fastest on paper. She's coming through the centre into the final 10 metres. To her side in lane 3, Lucy Hope. Is Cassie Wild going to get there right in the last couple of metres? She is indeed. It is a win. It's a gold medal for Cassie Wild, 28.68. The only woman under 29 seconds. 29 on the button is Lucy Hope. She takes home a silver. Jessica Shaw, 29.2. She'll take home the bronze. So Cassie Wild of Stirling, gold medal. Lucy Hope, Edinburgh, in lane 3 takes the silver, and Jessica Shaw of Birmingham the bronze. Beating her entry time in the process. 29.15 coming in. Now it's time for the men's 50-metre backstroke. If you want to be very official, this is event 404 of the schedule. And from this near side, representing Bath, Philippos Akavidis. In 1, Edinburgh's Kieran McGuckin. In lane 2, West of Scotland's Craig McNally. In 3, Loughborough's Luke Greenbank. In 4, Swansea's Liam White. In 5, Stirling's Martin Walton. In 6, Loughborough's Dan Cross. From Edinburgh in 7, Scott Gibson. In 8, Swansea's Joe Small. And in 9, Stirling's Sam Pease. Fastest entry, only one man from the heats, under 26 seconds. That was Liam White of Swansea. 26.09 Stirling's Martin Walton. Luke Greenbank, of Loughborough, the third fastest, 26.21. So that's 0.35 seconds difference between White and Greenbank over the top three. It's the men's 50-metre backstroke final. And away we go. So somewhere near 25, 26 seconds. It's all it's going to take. And someone's going to earn a gold medal out of it. Short work. And very tight across the centre of the pool, my goodness me. McNally, Greenbank, White, Walton, Cross, all in the centre. Very difficult to call with 5 metres to go. Could be going to lane 2, Craig McNally, or is it the lanes 4 and 5? Crikey, that is incredibly close. Liam White takes it 25.89, so under the 26-second mark. The silver goes to Craig McNally, 25.93, and the bronze to Martin Walton, 25.98. All three men under 26 seconds, all three men taking home some metalware. Liam White the gold, Craig McNally the silver, Martin Walton the bronze. So Swansea get their first gold of the evening. And we're not going to hang around, we're going to go straight back to the women, this time for our 50-metre breaststroke finals. And here they come, the women. So from this near side, in lane 0, Birmingham's Shannon Campbell. In 1, Edinburgh's Annabelle Guy-Johnson. In 2, Newcastle's Rachel Taylor. In 3, Cardiff's Angerad Eburn. Loughborough teammates in 4 and 5, Imogen Clark and Sarah Vasey. Manchester Metropolitan Katie Matz in 6. Stirling's Eva Thompson in 7. Nottingham's Ciara Fletcher in 8. And in 9, Birmingham's Abby Johnson. And the 2 Loughborough teammates, in fact, the only 2 women under 32 seconds. Imogen Clark, in fact, 31.1. Sarah Vasey, 31.84. And then we go into the 32s with Angerad Eburn, 32.27 and 32.48 respectively for Katie Matz of Manchester Metropolitan. So a good second separating Loughborough from the rest of the field in this one. Loughborough got the first gold of the evening, courtesy of Mary Wattle in the 200-metre freestyle. 2 Birmingham athletes in this one in the outside lanes, lanes 1 or lane 0 and 9, Campbell and Johnson. But Clark and Vasey looking for a gold, silver for Loughborough surely. This is the women's 50-metre breaststroke final. And we're away. Great start from lane 4, Imogen Clark of Loughborough. Early advantage that she'll look to maintain and stretch into the second half. She's clear leader at the halfway mark. To her left and right, Angerad Eburn and Sarah Vasey are teammates. And now Loughborough 1-2 out in front indeed. Bronze medal very, very tight. And can Vasey even upset her teammate Clark? But no, Clark's going to come through to take the gold. Vasey the silver. The bronze is up for grabs from lanes 3 and 6. And it goes to Katie Matz, Manchester in lane 6. Fantastic 50-metre breaststroke from the women. So it's a gold, silver for Loughborough. 30.68 Clark, 31.06 Vasey. And then Katie Matz for the bronze, 32.14. So lanes 4, 5, 6 go 1, 2, 3, gold, silver, bronze. And as they clear the pool, we'll get ready for the men. And the men's will be officially event number 406, but to me and you, that is the 50-metre breaststroke. And here they come from this near side. University College London, Jacques-Jean Charon. In lane 1, Manchester Metropolitan, Rob Cowley. In 2 of Swansea, George Hopkins. In 3 of Loughborough, James Wilby. Stirling teammates in 4 and 5, Zach Aitchison and Craig Benson. Edinburgh's Nicholas Quinn in 6. Heriot Wharton's Daniel Lim in 7. Loughborough's David Bloomfield in 8. He's had a lot of support online as David Bloomfield. And in 9, Heriot Watts, Ewan Leslie. Every single entry time into this final under 30 seconds. Quickest of which, Zach Aitchison, 28.1. 28.32, Craig Benson, his teammate. Just 300ths ahead of James Wilby of Loughborough in 3. And they are the only 3 men under 29 seconds. You actually have to jump a full second before you get to Nicholas Quinn of Edinburgh in 6. So the women's 50-metre breaststroke, we had gold, silver, bronze from lanes 3, 4 and 5. Are we going to see the same again in the men's? This is the men's 50-metre breaststroke final. And there you go, fairly even lead. In fact, Zach Aitchison already just a couple of hands in front to his left and right. James Wilby and Craig Benson. They're the names we've mentioned. And they're the names that are right in front. And this is a lot tighter maybe than Zach Aitchison would have liked. It looks even like James Wilby of Loughborough could destroy the Stirling party here. He has indeed, 27.45. Incredible time from Wilby. So the gold goes to Loughborough. Stirling have to settle for the silver and the bronze, and Zach Aitchison, the fastest man from the heats, in fact, has to settle for that bronze medal. His teammate Craig Benson comes in under 28 seconds, 27.75, but 3/10 ahead of them, both of them. James Wilby in lane number 3, cracking 50 metres from him, and it's earned him a gold medal. Silver and bronze to Stirling. In a moment we will go back to the women. And we'll enjoy 2 more finals again. This is the 100-metre butterflies coming up, women's then men's. And here they come, the women for the 100-metre butterfly. From lane 0 on this near side of Hull, Holly Williams. In 1 of Salford, Jessica Calderbank. In lane 2 at King's College, Lucy Thornton. In 3, Loughborough's Harriet West. In 4, Edinburgh's Tane Bruce. In 5, Loughborough's Charlotte Atkinson. In 6, London's Anna Nutanaki. In 7, Stirling's Kiana McInnes. In 8, Edinburgh's Tara Howarth. And in 9, Nottingham's Georgie Pryor. Nottingham Trent, of course. And only 1 athlete under 1 minute. That was Tane Bruce's 59.85 from Edinburgh in the heats earlier today. Second fastest from Loughborough, Harriet West, 101.08. And then Charlotte Atkinson, Loughborough, 1 minute 0.23. Anna Tuntanaki, that's better from London, 101.28. So again, we're always going to look towards these 4 lanes as an indicator. And it has gone thus far in the first 6 finals. This is the women's 100-metre butterfly final. And we're away, a little bit more time for me to breathe, in fact, trying to give you some information throughout this one. Again, 59.85 from Edinburgh's Tane Bruce. She goes in 4, of course. Lane 6 out in front, Anna Tuntanaki of London. Half a second behind in the heats this morning. But she's going to take In fact, a 0.85 second lead into the second half of this one. Lane 4 now coming back, Tane Bruce. So it's Tane and Tuntunaki in lanes 4 and 6. In 5, Charlotte Atkinson. She's currently in third and bronze medal position. In lane 3, Harriet West of Loughborough coming through. But in lane 6, Tuntunaki could take this from London. Away from the centre 2 lanes, she's going to take it in lane 6. Gold for Tuntunaki, 58.52. 4 women under 1 minute. Charlotte Atkinson, the silver, 59.18. And then 2 further tenths behind, Tane Bruce, 59.38. Harriet Wester, 59.79. That was, in fact, that would have beaten every single entry time into the final. It's not even going to get her a medal. That goes to Anna Tuntunaki, 58.52 the gold. Athlete from London. Charlotte Atkinson, the silver of Loughborough. And then Tane Bruce of Edinburgh, the bronze. That's the women's 100 metre butterfly. And now we're going to move straight on to the men. They're waiting poolside to make their entrance. Already on our 8th final of this session. 18 in total to enjoy. 18 gold medals to be distributed. 7 already found new homes. And on they come. So from lane 0 of BUCS New, it's going to be James Baxter. Manchester's Jamie Ingram in 1. Loughborough's Kevin Wallbank in 2. University College London, Leon Birchie in 3. Stirling's Scott McClay in 4. Swansea's Lewis Fraser in 5. Loughborough's Brian O'Sullivan in 6. Bath's Oliver Maltby in 7. Glasgow's Mark Elric in 8. And Plymouth's Tom Bealey goes in 9. Scott McClay of Stirling came in with a 55.01 in the heat. 200ths behind him was Swansea's Lewis Fraser. 2 other men under 56 seconds were Leon Birchie, University College London. In lane 3, 55.81 for him. And 300ths behind those 3 chaps is Loughborough's Brian O'Sullivan, 55.84. Only 4 men under 56 seconds. Little check out, Loughborough's Kevin Wallbank was 56 on the button. This is the men's 100 metre butterfly final. Now here we go, fantastic final for the women. What can the men offer us? Very early lead in lane 2, Kevin Wallbank of Loughborough. And in lane number 4, look to Scott McClay, Stirling, fastest man coming in. Stirling and Loughborough, a real battle between these 2 teams over the last 18 months, 2 years. In 2018, Loughborough won the long course championships. Stirling won the short course. And in 17, Loughborough won them both. Of course, this is an entire team event, points included as well. Back to the pool, lane 4, Scott McClay of Stirling. He's got a real fight on his hands. To his right-hand side, Lewis Fraser of Swansea. He is just in front. Lane 2's fallen back slightly into bronze medal position, and the gold is going to go to, it is lane 4, Lewis McClay, or Scott McClay of Stirling. Lewis Fraser of Swansea, the silver medal. And look at that time, 53.89. Wonderful, wonderful time. Only man under 54. There's only one other man under 55. And that's Lewis Fraser, 54.23, silver medal. And Kevin Wallbank, 54.67. He's going to take the bronze medal. So Scott McClay, wonderful time. The man from Stirling taking gold, adding to their team collection. And points accumulated also. And at the top of the programme tomorrow morning. We're back at 9 AM tomorrow after this session of finals. Don't go anywhere yet. But I'll try and get you a points update to see where we stand across the entire championship. So now we go back to the women, and this time we are going to the 200-metre backstroke finals. Women up first, followed by the men's. Women waiting patiently at poolside. So already 8 finals down. 10 more to come. Flying through these. And here they come, the women's 200-metre backstroke finalists. In 0, Olivia Neal of East Anglia. In 1, Anna Main of Edinburgh. In 2, Isabel Jones of Stirling. Charlotte Evans in 3 of Loughborough. In 4, Chloe Golding of Manchester Metropolitan. Catherine Greenslade of Edinburgh in 5. Courtney Price of Nottingham in 6. Jessica Shaw of Birmingham in 7. Rosie Rudin of Sheffield in 8. And Emma Bell of Loughborough goes in 9. Fastest entry, Chloe Golding, lane 4, 2:15.44. Almost a full second back to Catherine Greenslade of Edinburgh in 5, a 2:16.28. Only one other time under 2:17. It was a 2:16.7 from Charlotte Evans of Loughborough in 3. So they do get a lovely warm welcome here poolside as well. A nice shout out for every athlete and every team. Followed by rounds of applause from different areas, different locations of the arena. Everybody sat in their team somewhere in the seating or around the concourses. And this is your women's 200-metre backstroke final. So underway, 4 lengths of the pool, of course. Chloe Golding, Manchester Metropolitan, 2:15.44, fastest in the heats this morning. She goes in lane 4, of course. Encouragement from poolside. They might not be able to hear you, but they can see the hand movements. And everybody being pushed along by the coaches. And the lead's going to come from lane number 7 on the far side, I believe. Early stages. It is indeed Jessica Shaw of Birmingham, ahead of Greenslade by 0.23, Price by 0.32. And look at that, 6 athletes after 50 metres within 1 second. So nothing to call at the minute. Lane 5, Catherine Greenslade coming through in the second 50 metres. Still lane 7, Jessica Shaw. And then Chloe Golding in the top 3 currently. Let's see where the times come up. Greenslade 106.25. Now there's a little bit more of a gap, still tight, but Golding 0.84 back. Price 108. And then Shaw and Evans, the only others within 2 seconds at the halfway mark. And now the 2 in the centre start to work together and push down the middle. Golding and Greenslade. And the other athletes fanning out to the left and right, at the head of a shallow spear in the middle of the pool. And they're going to turn in synchro pretty much. Yeah, just 1200 separating those 2 for gold and silver. Evans 1.31 behind, Price 1.66, Jones within 2 seconds. 3 medals up for grabs. Everybody wants the gold, going the way of Chloe Golding, Manchester Metropolitan, and she's streaking away in the final 25. That one's pretty much wrapped up. The silver is between Charlotte Evans and Catherine Greenslade. And Greenslade is going to hang on. The gold will go to Chloe Golding of Manchester Metropolitan. The silver will go to Greenslade, and Charlotte Evans settles for the bronze. Well, I say settle, she had to work for it very hard indeed. Courtney Price closest to her, coming behind, but still 1.5 seconds cushion between bronze and fourth position. So Chloe Golding the gold, Manchester Metropolitan. Greenslade the silver, that's going to Edinburgh. And Loughborough pick up another bronze, courtesy of Charlotte Evans. So, of course, all of these gold, silver and bronze subject to ratification. I'll call them as we see them for the moment. No announcements yet for any disqualifications or technical infringements. And we really don't want to see any of that whatsoever. So we've had the women's 200 metre backstroke. Let's move on to the men's 200 metre backstroke. From lane 0, representing Swansea, Joe Small. In lane 1, Bath's William Riley. In lane 2, Sheffield Hallam's Max Litchfield. In 3, Bath's Jacob Greenow. In 4, Loughborough's Luke Greenbank. In 5, West of Scotland's Craig McNally. In 6, Newcastle's Oliver O'Halloran. In 7, Loughborough's Dan Cross. Stirling's Craig McLean in 8. And in 9, Edinburgh's Scott Gibson. They're your 10 male athletes that will take part in the men's 200 metre backstroke final. Only one man under 2 minutes. That was Luke Greenbank in a 1:59.62. And to give you some perspective, the next closest athletes were Jacob Greenow and Craig McNally in 2:04s. So 2:04.65 McNally, 2:04.81 Greenow. A 1:59 from Greenbank in 4. This is the men's 200 metre backstroke final. There is a very respectful hush around the arena at the start of every single final. Absolutely drops to silence. And good starts from lane 0, 2 and 4. It's Joe Small, Max Litchfield and Luke Greenbank. And look at that, 8 in front already. By 0.69 seconds is Greenbank. Closest to him, McLean, then Litchfield, Greenow and Ross. In lane 8, Craig McLean putting up a great effort through the first half of this 200 metres. But nigh on a body length lead already for Greenbank of Loughborough in 4. Lane 2, Max Litchfield. He'll be the second to turn. 1.28 behind, McLean 1.76. Riley and Greenow the only others within 2.5 seconds of our leader. And if you take away Greenbank, very tight for the silver and bronze medals. And in fact, Max Litchfield not giving up whatsoever this chase of Greenbank. On the far side, lane 8, Craig McLean still going strong, the man from Stirling. The turn for the second and final time. And the lead, only 2.19. And then McLean, 3.17 back, so less than a second separating Litchfield and McLean. But with 25 to go, it's Greenbank's to lose. And I'm not a betting man, but I'm fairly certain that isn't going to happen. 10 to go, comfortably stretch out to a couple of body lengths. Silver looks to be going the way of Max Litchfield. In lane number 2, the man from Sheffield Hallam, the gold does of course go to Greenback. 158.44. Silver will go to Lichfield. And Stirling's Craig McLean will take a bronze home. 2:03.8. But look at that, 158.44. Even beats his entry time from the heats Greenbank into this final. In second place, Lichfield, close to going under the 2-minute mark, but it's a 2:01.79, good enough for silver. And McLean bronze from lane number 8, 2:03.8. And now we're going to move back to the 50-metre events. Just for a couple, so we've got the women's, then the men's 50-metre freestyle finals. Then we move on to the 200-metre breaststroke finals. And then we have the women's and the men's 400-metre freestyle team relays. We'll have B finals and A finals in the women's and the men's. So that is 10 finals down, 8 to go. And we welcome on the women for the 50-metre freestyle. In lane 0, Rihanna Smith of Queen Mary. Glasgow Caledonia, Emily Horn in 1. Ulster's Danielle Hill in 2. Edinburgh's Rachel Masson in 3. Loughborough teammates in 4 and 5. Emily Barclay and Emily Crane. Kent's Katie Latham in 6. Edinburgh's Anita McCartney in 7. Stirling Sotia Altoft in 8. And in 9, West of Scotland's Gulsum Onal. Fastest coming in, only one lady under 26 seconds. That was Emily Barclay of Loughborough, 25.64. Her teammate just outside in 26.05. Then comes 26.17 of Rachel Masson of Edinburgh. And then you're beyond 26.5, Katie Latham of Kent onwards. So Loughborough down the centre, occupying the 2 fastest heat spots in lanes 4 and 5. So here we go. This is your women's 50-metre freestyle final. And we're underway. This isn't going to take long. Again, entry time at 25.64. A marginal lead early on from Emily Crane. Her Loughborough teammate, Emma Barclay, very close second. In fact, that might have changed already in that 15 metres from the halfway mark. And it is Crane and Barclay fighting out for the gold and silver. Keep your eye on lane 3 as well. Rachel Masson. She takes silver, Rachel Masson. Emily Barclay does grab the gold, 25.76. Masson splits the 2 Loughborough teammates. She's at 25.89. And Emily Crane, the bronze, she led by the 25-metre stage. She sets down at 25.91 for bronze medal. But a great second half of that race from Rachel Masson in lane number 3 to take the silver and split the Loughborough athletes. Emily Barclay, though, does take gold. So fantastic 50-metre freestyle final from the women. And then our event 412, if you're being very official, is the men's 50-metre freestyle. And incredibly tight entry times. I'll get onto those in a minute. We're about to welcome them to poolside. And here they come. Every single final welcomed alongside some pretty loud pumping music here, live at poolside in Ponds Forge. Great to watch, great to be a part of, I'm sure. Never quite reached that standard to get music and my name shouted out walking to poolside. But these chaps have. In lane 0, Henry Bland of Cardiff. In lane 1, Kieran McGuckin of Edinburgh. In 2, Scott McClay of Stirling. In 3, Alex Bowen, Loughborough. In 4, Jack Thorpe, Edinburgh. In 5, David Cumberledge, Heriot Watt. In 6, Tom Fannin of Loughborough. In 7, Callum Bain of Stirling. In 8, Miles Monroe of Bath. And in 9, Neil Wiley, Manchester Metropolitan. Now, those entry times, 22.97 for Thorpe in 4, 22.98 for Cumberledge in 5. Then you have 23.08 Alex Bow in Loughborough, so less than a tenth of a second separating those fastest 3, and less than a full second separating all 10 in the pool, in fact. Expect this one to go down to the wire. This is your men's 50-metre freestyle final. And we're away. Pretty tight from the off, if anything, maybe just lane 3. Alex Bowen of Loughborough, marginal advantage. And as we reach the halfway line, can't call anything across those centre 4 or 5 lanes. I said this one might be tight. Lane 5, David Cumberledge, could he take it away from his teammate? Could lane 6, Tom Fannin, take it? Where's it going to go? It does go to Jack Thorpe, in fact. My goodness me, 300ths of a second ahead of Cumberledge in lane 2. So Jack Thorpe, the man from Edinburgh, right in the final 5 metres, takes it away from Cumberledge, from Harriet Watt, and the bronze medal to Tom Fannin. It looked like he was leading with 10 metres to go. 22.78 he settles for, so 1200ths of a second separating 1, 2, 3. Gold, silver, bronze, Thorpe, Cumberledge and Fannin. So that's us done with the 50-metre finals. We're going to move back to the 200s very shortly, and it's going to be the breaststrokes, women's followed by the men's. Just waiting for the men to clear the pool before we welcome on the women to a bit more bassy music around the arena. And here they come, our finalists from this morning's heats. From lane 0, Ciara Fletcher of Nottingham. In 1, Laura Hawkins of Swansea. In 2, Denisa Elena Gogu of Manchester. Annabelle Guy-Johnson of Edinburgh in 3. In 4, Katie Matz of Manchester Metropolitan. In 5, Megan Morrison of Loughborough. Rachel Taylor in 6 of Newcastle. Emma Chittlebur of Aberdeen in 7. In 8, Natalie Cougans of Stirling. And in 9, Alex Stringer, Manchester Metropolitan. Fastest coming in. And listen to this, Katie Matz of Manchester Metropolitan at 2:30.25. Next quickest, Megan Morrison of Loughborough, 2:36.03. So 5.72 seconds separating the 2 fastest. And then it's pretty tight across the rest of the field. Annabelle Guy-Johnson, 2:36.62. Rachel Taylor, 2:36.98. But a 2:30 from Katie Matz. If she can repeat that, surely nobody can get anywhere near her. But saying repeat it, of course, is a lot easier than actually repeating it. Or can Morrison, Taylor or Guy-Johnson pull anything out of the bag? Did they leave something in the tank in the heats? Can they pull a surprise? Yeah, this is your women's 200-metre breaststroke final. Cries from poolside, from several directions. At the 25-metre mark, it's in fact just about Megan Morrison, level with Katie Matz through 25. In lane 2, Denise Eleanor Gogu, good start from her also. And then up in 6, Rachel Taylor of Newcastle. But of course, no surprise whatsoever to see Katie Matz turn first. No surprise to see Morrison turn second. Then you've got Taylor, a Guy Johnson, Gogu, Hawkins, all within 2.5. Cougans also within 2.5. Of course, 1:50 to go. And Katie Matz swimming comfortably just about a metre ahead of Megan Morrison. Of course, very aware that she's there. And at the halfway stage, she'll have stretched that to around about 2 meters or a body length, equivalent to 1.5 seconds or so. It's in fact 1.62 Morrison behind, then Guy Johnson. Already out to beyond 3 seconds. Taylor 600ths again behind. So the field's starting to spread and split. And being cracked from the centre, Katie Matts, Manchester Metropolitan. And she's not holding back, is she, Katie Matts of Manchester Metropolitan? Still in silver medal position is Megan Morrison of Loughborough. And a 1.6 second lead with 100 to go. That's been stretched out to 2.41 over Morrison. Still Taylor, still Guy Johnson. Now Gogu up into 5th, 6.94. Then Coogan's Fletcher Hittleworth. But Katie Matts, Manchester Metropolitan. She still hasn't shaken off Megan Morrison to her right-hand side. She'll just about see her in a peripheral vision to the right-hand side. And to her right again in lane 6 of Morrison is Rachel Taylor. In lane 3, Annabelle Guy Johnson coming through. But make no mistake about it, the gold is going to Manchester, courtesy of Katie Matts, 2:28.87. Megan Morrison, great challenge all the way through 2:31. The bronze goes to Rachel Taylor. She just finishes ahead of the fast finishing Guy Johnson. And a 2:28.87. Again, the entry time was quick, it was a 2:30. She's broken that by another 1.4 seconds. Morrison the silver, Taylor the bronze. So that's the women. We'll move on to the men's. Of course, we will give the women the courtesy of leaving the pool, as we do every single set of athletes. Offer a little bit more time with these finals. The heats we tend to sort of get through quite quickly as soon as possible. But of course, if you've made it to the final, you want it to be that little bit extra special. So we wait till everybody's out the pool. And you wait by the side, and you get called on. Again, loud music, your name, your team being called out. Cries from different corners of the arena in support. And here they come, the men's 200-metre backstroke finalists. Breaststroke, sorry. In lane 0, David Miller of Bath. In 1, Andrew McIntosh of Edinburgh. In 2, Matthew Rogers, Birmingham. In 3, Nicholas Quinn, Edinburgh. In 4, James Wilby of Loughborough. John Britton in 5 of Imperial. In 6, Craig Benson, Stirling. Tobermoy Mackay Champ of Oxford in Southern. Daniel Lim Heriot Watt in 8. Cameron Muir of Glasgow Caledonia in 9. So again, a fairly significant margin between the first and second fastest from the heats this morning. James Wilby of Loughborough at 2:16.46. John Britton of Imperial at 2:20. So 4 seconds shy. And then we move out to a 2:20.78, so a further 1/10 of a second out to Nicholas Quinn. But James Wilby, 2:16, much like Katie Matts on paper, a clear bookies favourite. Can Wilby follow in Matt's footsteps and back up those stats when it really matters? This is your men's 200-metre breaststroke final. So here we go, the final individual event before we move on to the freestyle team relays. And already out in front at the 25-metre mark. I mean, it's marginal, but it is visible. James Wilby ahead of Craig Benson of Stirling in 6. It's those two guys that will turn first. Pretty close together, but just Wilby in front. Yep, 1/1300th of a second. Then we're beyond a minute back to Quinn. 1:54 back to Mackay Champ. Britton the only other man inside 2 seconds. And at the halfway stage, this is fast becoming a two-man race. We saw Adam Peaty take part in this event earlier. Of course, he stopped at the 100-metre mark, got there in just a smidge over 1 minute. Wilby does it in 1:02.93. I think some very, very hopeful people maybe thought they'd see Peaty go somewhere near 57.13. But I think it was just a training run for him this morning. Great to see them in the pool, though. They will be stretching that advantage now as we meet 75 to go. It's still Benson from Stirling the closest to him. Again, it's even more and more becoming a two-man race. Great fight on for the bronze. We'll call that shortly. But Wilby maybe anticipated Benson to be a little bit further behind. And maybe he thought John Britton might be up there somewhere as well. But Quinn is back also 3.4 seconds behind. So I'm going to call gold and silver first of all, then look back to bronze, because it's very tight between Quinn and Britton for that bronze medal. Also in lane 8, Daniel Lim getting involved. But from the start and from the paperwork, you can see James Wilby of Loughborough coming through for the gold. It's another gold for Loughborough. Let's have a look at the time. What's it going to be? It's a 2:09.71 under 2:10. Benson gets the silver, and who's going to win the race for bronze? Is it going to be lane 3, Nicholas Quinn, right at the end? It is indeed a 2:18.23. Nigh on 10 seconds behind Wilby, but that's irrelevant. It's all about the medal positions. Wilby gets the gold, Benson the silver, Quinn the bronze. And it's another gold going the way of Loughborough. Stirling, in teammate terms, their closest rivals, Loughborough and Stirling. So they do take the silver. And bronze will go to Nicholas Quinn. So that's another one going up to Scotland in Edinburgh. And now we move on to the team finals. We're going to see the women's 400-metre freestyle team relay first. We've got a B final, then an A final. Medals distributed, of course, in the A final. B final just for overall positions. And then we'll do exactly the same with the men's 400-metre freestyle team relay. B final, followed by A final. All medals distributed in the A finals. You're about to see 40 athletes walk on. Of course, I'm not going to name out names, I'm only going to name out universities. But we will welcome them all equally. As with the crowd here at Ponds Forge, coming to you live from Sheffield, as we will do tomorrow morning also. 2 sessions to enjoy tomorrow. Session 5 at 9 AM, that's going to be all of the heats. It will end with some heat declared winners freestyle finals for the men and women, but it's session 6 is the big one, 2:30 PM onwards. That time to be confirmed for the final session and final set of finals tomorrow from 2:30. Let's get back to the pool though. The women's 400-metre freestyle team relay, B final, from lane 0, Newcastle, Cambridge, Aberdeen, Glasgow, Surrey, Bristol, Leeds, Cardiff Uni, Cardiff Metropolitan and Edge Hill. This is your women's 400 metres freestyle team relay B final. So quickest coming in, Surrey, the only team along with Bristol under 4:10. They had a 4:09.52, 4:09.99 from Bristol, just dipping under 4:10. And if we look up to the A final, just to give you some perspective, East Anglia were the last team to make it into that A final. They were a 4:09.02. So exactly half a second Surrey off being in that A final. So this is for overall positions from 11th to 20th in this team event. So it's very close between Glasgow and Leeds in the early stages of leg one. Cardiff Metropolitan doing well on the far side, but it's going to be Glasgow that lead into leg two. Just ahead of Aberdeen to their left. Then Cardiff Metropolitan, then Cardiff, Leeds, Bristol, all within 1.22 seconds. Glasgow maintaining that lead, maybe even stretching it slightly. Still to the inside. Surrey now in lane 4, their closest rival. Aberdeen just falling away ever so slightly. The lead now 1.22, so at the 100-metre mark there was 4 teams within 1.22. Now there's just the one, that's Surrey. Cardiff less than 2.5 seconds behind. And the field being stretched now towards the halfway stage. Still with Surrey, closely followed, or Glasgow closely followed by Surrey, forgive me. And as they were 100 metres ago, it'll be Glasgow that enter the pool first. Surrey second. And then on the far side, lane 6, 7, 8 Leeds, Cardiff Uni and Cardiff Met. Some good rivalry there, of course, in 8 and 7, Cardiff Uni and Cardiff Met. We'll look at again to the front with Glasgow, maintaining that lead, neither growing nor diminishing. Been a body length lead for the entire 50 metres. It's 1.29, so it's grown by 0.07 of a second from 100 metres ago. Now only Cardiff Met and Leeds and Surrey actually within 5 seconds now. Glasgow's lead's reducing, Surrey coming through. And they're just going to hang on to that into this leg. And away we go. So 4th and final leg. Still Glasgow and Surrey. In lane number 6, Leeds. They're not out of this yet either. If they've left their strongest swimmer till last, it's only a couple of metres to chase down over the last 75 now. And in fact, Surrey taking the advantage over the first 50 of the final leg. And it was a 1.27 lead. It's now a 1.06 deficit back to Glasgow. Leeds 1.97. They could come and destroy Glasgow's party here. I don't think they can destroy the leader, Surrey. And also lane number 5, a late charge from Bristol. Maybe not going to get near the medals. They're going to look towards 4th though. The gold, or sorry, the first place of course in this heat is going to go to Surrey, 11th overall. And they take the win in 4:02.67. Very tight for 2nd and 3rd. It just goes to Leeds coming through in the final 100, 4:06.31, 4:06.48 for Glasgow. And 4:02.67 in fact would have been good enough to get into the A final if that was produced earlier on. In fact, would have been the 6th fastest time in the heats. So that's our B final. That concludes the 11th to 20th placed finishers. And we'll shortly move on to the A final of the women's 400 metre freestyle team relay. Some incredible entry times in that one. We'll go through them shortly. Just a quick look to the YouTube chat. Let's go Aberdeen from George Williams. Let's go Portsmouth from Edwin Young. And so many messages for Bloomy. I need to meet Bloomy, I think. Clearly a cult hero. Taking up like 70% of messages coming in. And here we go then, the A final for the women's 400 metre freestyle team relay. From lane 0, you've got York in 1 Oxford, in 2 Manchester Metropolitan, in 3 Stirling, in 4 Edinburgh, in 5 Loughborough, in 6 Birmingham, in 7 Bath, in 8 Leeds Beckett, and in 9 East Anglia. This is your A final. There are medals, of course, up for grabs in this final now. Now, those entry times I mentioned briefly, Edinburgh a 3:50.73, Loughborough a 3:51.33, so 6/10 behind. And then it goes out to 3:57 to Stirling and 4 minutes bang on for Birmingham. All the way out to 4:09 East Anglia and York on the outside lanes again. 3:50 for Edinburgh. This is your women's 400 metre freestyle team relay A final. Again, a brilliant hush comes over the entire arena. Beautiful venue here in Sheffield. The International Sports Centre, Ponds Forge. And it's a blistering start from Loughborough in lane 5. 0.6 behind from the heats this morning of Edinburgh. But from both teams, that is a cracking start. Loughborough, Edinburgh still almost a second behind. Then it's another 1.4 out to Stirling. York and Bath within 2.6 of our leaders, but that's through 50 metres only. So beautiful swimming from Loughborough over the first 100. Edinburgh doing their best to hang on. Maybe a couple of seconds maybe advantage, 1.31 only in fact. Stirling 3.73, York and Bath separated by 100th, both within 5 seconds. Of course, we won't know what the final tactics are until we see the fourth and final swimmer in the pool. Where have they placed their first, second, third and fourth fastest athletes? Loughborough maintain that lead. In fact, they grow the lead by 0.6 of a second out to 1.97 now. Stirling, the only other team, let's say, within 5 seconds, give or take 100th. Now the lead not extending any further, just maintaining now between Loughborough and Edinburgh. So the lead was 1.97 50 metres ago. Managed to drag it out by 1.92, so down by 500ths in fact. Stirling now 6.34. So the lead between first and third is growing. The lead between first and second just being chipped away at in the smallest margins possible. So we have 1.97, then 1.92. What's it going to be this time? 1.28, so 7/10 brought back now from Edinburgh. On this third leg, and it is a 2-team race for the gold and the silver. The bronze currently in the hands of Stirling in lane number 3. Their closest competitor, lane 2, is Manchester Metropolitan. But again, we look towards the front, and as we've had every single time so far, Loughborough do enter the water first, but almost immediately after just 15 metres it is absolutely neck and neck between these two. Maybe a couple of tenths separating, still the advantage to Loughborough, but as we've seen so many times in the heats this morning, what can happen over the final 50 can really take your breath away. And Edinburgh will have to do exactly that over this final 50. Now down to 0.38, still an advantage for Loughborough, but it's got smaller and smaller and smaller over the last 4 chip timings. And Edinburgh not overtaken quite yet, and then again that lead being maintained by Loughborough. And it's going to go right down to the final 10 metres. The first 390 can't split them. Loughborough still out just in front. It's going to come down to these final couple of strokes. And they get it indeed. Great cheers from poolside. 3:44.25 for Loughborough. 4/10 behind in the end, Edinburgh. The bronze, it was comfortably in Sterling's hands for pretty much the second or the final 300 metres. Nobody was going to take that away from them. The closest to them, as we mentioned, Manchester Metropolitan, just outside 4 minutes. But 4/10 separating gold and silver, going the way of Loughborough. Edinburgh the silver. And then Sterling the bronze. Cracking A final for the women. And now just 2 finals remaining, which is going to be the men's. Still the same event. We're going to have a B final and then an A final. Medals distributed, of course, in the A final. B final will determine who becomes between 11th and 20th in the event. And just back to the comments on the YouTube streaming channel. I mean, I thought Bloomy might be a bit of a cult hero. He's actually a Lord and Saviour, according to Jack Chillingshaw. And Rion, I completely agree. A wonderful, wonderful women's A final. Let's hope the men can do the same. Here they come for the B final at least. From lane 0, it's going to be Warwick in 1, Lancaster in 2, East Anglia in 3, Leeds in 4, Manchester in 5, Birmingham in 6, Surrey in 7, Oxford in 8, Anglia Ruskin, and in 9, Cardiff. Again, incredibly tight on the entries. Just missing out on the A final were Manchester and Birmingham. They had 3:38.17 and .58. And 3:37.94 was the entry time, the final entry time into the A final, to just 2/10 shy. The support building and building here at poolside. View now being slightly obscured down to the actual pool. And this is your men's 400 metre freestyle team relay B final. So here we go again, 3:38 times twice for Manchester and Birmingham, then 3:39s for Surrey and Leeds, and then out to 3:40 and 41s East Anglia, Oxford, and lane 4 early advantage. 0.42 ahead of Surrey, Birmingham 0.65, Leeds within a second. In fact, 8 within 2 seconds. Of course, very early stages, but you often see our winners making pushes in the very early stages, and that's exactly what Manchester have done. Birmingham and Surrey on the inside also. They'll jump in for the second leg in synchronisation. Less than 2/10 separating them. Manchester 52.59 for the first 100. Great opening leg. And now Birmingham coming back at Manchester in the first 50 of the second leg. Actually taking advantage into the second 50. They do indeed. In fact, Manchester 0.28 behind now. 0.61 for Surrey. 1.5 Lancaster. 2.5 Leeds. A lot tighter than our women's finals. And Manchester now find themselves in third position at the halfway stage. Birmingham with the advantage now over Surrey. Look down in lane number 1, Lancaster. They're actually in third place ahead of Manchester. Manchester down in 4th, in fact, after leading early on. And my goodness me, Lancaster down in lane 1. From outside the top 4, 100 metres ago, could actually lead into the 4th and final leg. It's going to be very tight with Birmingham. Just 0.57 separating. Surrey within a second also. But a real cross-section of the pool. Cracking swimming still from Lancaster. Leaders Birmingham maintaining. Hot on their heels Manchester and Surrey. 4 in it currently as we enter the 4th and final leg. Quick start from Birmingham. Again, great support poolside. Lane number 4 Manchester. Looks like they may have left their strongest leg till last. In lane number 1 Lancaster as well, still involved. And in lane number 6 Surrey. So it's currently a 4-team race. Unless, of course, the East Anglia can get back involved in this one. It's going to be Birmingham on the turn, ahead of Manchester, then Lancaster, then Surrey. East Anglia only 3.38 behind. So 3 teams within 2.22 seconds. Nothing written down in the books yet. Again, B final, fighting for glory here at lane number 5, Birmingham. Going to be officially 11th overall in the competition. But a cracking win coming up in this B final for Birmingham. They take it, and second place will go to Manchester in the end. Surrey, in fact, take it. And I think Manchester may have got that. I don't think the time of all, they did indeed. There it comes, 3:37 Manchester. Behind Birmingham and East Anglia. In the end, taking third at 3:39. In fact, East Anglia 4th. Surrey up the top. There's 2 2s on there, so we do have Birmingham first, 3:35, 3:37 Manchester, 3:38 Surrey, and then 3:39 East Anglia. That's our B final. Pretty breathtaking, especially when you're trying to calculate the times at the same time. And now we'll move on to our final of the day, of the session. Just one to come, and this is the A final for the men's 400 metre freestyle team relay. It's officially event 418. We'll be welcoming our athletes to poolside shortly. Hope you've enjoyed the second day of action. Again, we've got more coming up tomorrow from 9 AM. That's session 5. That'll be our heats. And session 6 tomorrow afternoon, beginning around about 2:30 to be confirmed. That'll be our finals. But we're not done quite yet, because this is the men's 400 metre freestyle team A final from lane 0, Portsmouth; in lane 1, Glasgow; in lane 2, Sheffield Hallam; in 3, Edinburgh; in 4, Loughborough; in 5, Stirling; in 6, Bath; in 7, Swansea; in 8, Manchester Metropolitan; and in 9, Newcastle. Entry times: 3:25.01 for Loughborough, 3:25.86 for Stirling. And then we have to go back 3 or 4 seconds to Edinburgh 3:28, Bath 3:29, and the remainder outside 3:30s. So they've performed in the early heats to get themselves into this final, and they have to do it all over again if they really want to make it worth it. Our final gold, silver and bronze medals available here on day number 2. And here we go, final event, final race, final of the session, of the day, your men's 400 metre freestyle team relay A final. And it's always these team relays that provide the most raucous support from poolside. And it reaches a crescendo in the last 50 metres, in the opening 50. Loughborough and Stirling in the centre. In lane 0, Portsmouth, quick final for them. Quick opening 50. Crikey, look at this. Everybody within 1 second, cannot separate them through 50. You look to the centre now, lanes 3, 4 and 5, Edinburgh, Loughborough, Stirling, all the big rivals here in the final of the day. And it's Stirling with the advantage at the end of the first leg, just pulling through in that final 25 metres. So they'll take the advantage into leg 2, a 0.96 advantage. Loughborough 103, Bath 1.32, Swansea within 1.5 seconds. The lanes on the near side now being left behind a little as we approach the 50-metre or 150-metre stage. It's still those same three in the centre: Edinburgh, Loughborough, Stirling. Closely followed by Bath, all within a second. And Manchester, Swansea, Sheffield starting to drop off the pace ever so slightly. And the 100-metre lead did lie with Stirling, and it's going to remain with Stirling at the halfway mark. And Bath have dragged themselves back into this, so it really is a four-man race, or a four-team race, sorry. Stirling ahead, 0.75 to Loughborough, 0.89 to Edinburgh. Slow changeover from Bath at 1.73 now. So Stirling with a 0.75 lead at the halfway mark. That's down to 1.3 of Loughborough. 2.87 now out to Edinburgh. Less than a second back to Bath. So have we again got a gold-silver race and a bronze race at the end? We'll find out as we enter our fourth and final leg. Stirling have taken the lead throughout every single leg. They do so again into the final. And it's now 3.37 back to Loughborough. That's the time to catch up. As you can see in the pool, it's a good 6 or 7 metres. In lane number 4. Chased down by Edinburgh in lane 3. Bath still not out of this in lane number 6. But surely too much to do now to catch Stirling. Loughborough in silver medal position now down to 4.34, Edinburgh 4.85, Bath 6, so 1.5 seconds separating silver and fourth medal position. But the two main team rivals, who are Stirling and Loughborough, it's Stirling going to take the gold in the final of the session. It's a wonderful win from start to finish. Silver is going to go the way, in fact, of Edinburgh. And Loughborough will have to settle for the bronze. Great final leg from Edinburgh. Bath, valiant efforts coming forth, nothing to show for their efforts, but it did make for a wonderful final. So Stirling 3:20.87. Entry time was 3:25, so they took over 5 seconds off that. Silver goes to Edinburgh. And then Loughborough settling for bronze. I say settling, still an achievement, but they won't be too happy when they were so close early on in the event, and now 5 seconds almost full behind just over the last 150 metres. So that concludes day 2 here at Ponsford International Sports Centre, coming to you live from poolside in Sheffield at the BUCS Long Course Swimming Championships 2019. We've got one more day to go, 2 sessions tomorrow. We're going to start at 9 AM for session 5. That'll be our heats. There will be a couple of finals at the end of that, when the women's 400 metre and the men's 400 metre freestyle heat declared winners. So the final heats will be medals. But session 6 is the big one, from 2:30 to be confirmed. All of our final session of finals, a dozen to enjoy, so join us then. So have a great evening, hope you've enjoyed yourself. Catch us back here tomorrow, either poolside or online via the live stream. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, live from 8:50 AM.